Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Scorpio Oxman channel. Uh, my apologies. My computer blacked out on the last. I had to continue the video or reboot my. I had to reboot my computer. So I'm doing this now. Doing the second part of this video on the 25-year anniversary of Titanic. So my apologies for that, and that I had to reboot my computer. Okay, so uh, I was mentioning that Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, both of them have a Virgo moon. And both of them, their moon appears to be in the exact same area of the zodiac in the constellation Virgo, right in the area of the dead center of Virgo. That's pretty amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna now go. So we both know that both of them are Virgo native. So that could show that they were definitely in alignment with one another when acting on set for the movie Titanic. So they got along good pretty well. Okay, so let's go to Master Psi. Okay, now I'm going to show you their day signs in Chinese astrology. So from the videos of mine that you've seen before, you'll be familiar. Okay, so we'll do DiCaprio here first. He's, yeah, 1974, November 11. And we don't have to do the time of day because it doesn't make any difference for the day of what the day sign is going to show. So in the Chinese astrology, also known as Vietnamese astrology. Now, check this out. This is pretty impressive here. So Leonardo DiCaprio, his day sign, he's born day of the dragon, the fire dragon. Okay. And just give me one moment here. Yeah, so Leonardo DiCaprio is born day of the dragon. So that makes him to be sign of the dragon. As the day sign of ours is the stronger energy among our Chinese astrology. And as you can see here, Kate Winslet, October 5th, 1975, she is born day of the monkey, day of the wood monkey. If you're familiar with Chinese astrology, you would be aware that the dragon and the monkey are friends. They are friend signs in the Vietnamese astrology or Chinese astrology. So isn't that something? So Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, Leonardo DiCaprio, a dragon, Kate Winslet, a monkey. So not only do both of them have a Virgo moon, but they are also born on the day sign. Their day signs in Chinese astrology are also very compatible or in alignment with one another. So that shows how much they would have been in alignment and got along well on the movie set of Titanic. So that's pretty amazing. Okay, now the big one here. We're going to go to Primal Astrology, signs by combination. So we're going to look at I'm going to read off to you the characteristics of each of their primal astrology signs. And okay, so here's primalastrology.com. Yeah. So we're going to see Kate Winslet here first. We'll go to hers first. And so Kate Winslet with a Virgo moon and day of the monkey. So the Virgo monkey, get a load of this. So the Virgo monkey is the penguin. So Kate Winslet, her spirit animal in Primal Astrology, she is born day of the penguin. So she is spirit of the penguin. Isn't that something? So, so we'll read a little bit about, and isn't that ironic? It's because like they're in the North Atlantic with the ship, the Titanic ship, in the North Atlantic where it's very cold, but they were able to tolerate it because, for the most part, they were able to tolerate it because if she's a penguin, and we'll get to Leonardo DiCaprio after, but this I didn't think was a coincidence, especially for the movie. Okay, so the spirit of the penguin, who is Kate Winslet, intelligent, curious, and social. Those born under the sign of the penguin love nothing more than coming up with creative solutions to any kind of problem. This is the sign of thinkers and analysts, those inquisitive about how everything works. Members of this sign are often very intellectually advanced at an early age. And this strong desire to learn drives the majority of their life decisions as they grow up. Sounds a lot like Kate Winslet. That sounds a lot like it would make a good actress or actor. The sign of the penguin would make a perfect actor. There is another celebrity actor who is sign of the penguin, and that is Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds, if you'd be familiar with him if you're a fan of the movies and actors. Ryan Reynolds, he's another penguin, and to name a few. There's, I think, you know what? Aside from Kate Winslet and him, there's quite a few of them in Hollywood, as far I believe. So many intellectual signs tend to be solitary, but penguins are the rare breed that require a good amount of socialization. Happiest moments are when they solve a puzzle or conquer a challenge. There you go. So that says a lot about Kate Winslet, and especially with her in Titanic. So, okay, guys. So I'm going to leave this article below for you to read more about the spirit of the penguin, who is Kate Winslet. Now let's go to Leonardo DiCaprio. So get a load of this. So we've seen and learned that Kate Winslet, her spirit animal in Primal Astrology is the penguin. That's suitable for the North Atlantic when being on Titanic, isn't it? Well, guess what Leonardo DiCaprio is. Let's check him out. So Leonardo DiCaprio, he has a Virgo moon and born day of the dragon. The Virgo dragon is none other than the polar bear. The polar bear. So Leonardo DiCaprio is spirit of the polar bear. He's born day of the polar bear in Primal Astrology. Kate Winslet is born day of the penguin in Primal Astrology. So here you had a penguin and a polar bear in the North Atlantic on the Titanic and dealing with an iceberg. And for the most part, they did pretty good dealing with it, right? Because they're able to, with the animals that they are, the spirit animals that they are. Okay, so I'll just read off briefly for you the characteristics of the spirit of the polar bear, who is Leonardo DiCaprio. So the polar bear, individual, sensitive, and idealistic. Those born under the sign of the polar bear long to get the most out of life. That sure sounds like Leonardo DiCaprio. They are very observant, and they may learn how to manipulate people in situations at an early age. Polar bears instinctively know what role to play in various situations and have both the intellect and courage to improvise their way into getting what they want. So instinctively know what role to play in various situations. So what role to play in movies, of course. That sounds a lot like. Though intellectuals in many respects, Polar bears are primarily guided by their emotions. This is neither positive nor negative. It is simply the way their minds function. Because of this, members of this sign are often very sensitive to the way others treat them. Despite a certain social bravado, there is a fragility to them that drives many of their fears. These are sensitive souls who want nothing more than the love and respect of those around them. Without obvious gestures of adoration, polar bears may begin to doubt themselves, which can lead to anxiety and depression. Okay, and I want to take a peek at their careers and goals of polar bears. When it comes to careers, polar bears like to do things on a large scale. There you go. For example, those who wish to work in the medical field will not be content as an orderly or nurse, even though these are highly important and respectable jobs. Polar bears want the highest degree of respect from others, so they are more likely to go after roles of doctors, specialists, and surgeons. So, in that field, as an example, it is important to the sign to be viewed as special. And yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio certainly is special. We know that. And look at this. Auditor. Good career choices for polar bears include auditor, inspector, psychologist, criminal psychologist, doctor, veterinarian, lawyer. He's played these roles in his movies. He's played these roles in his movies. So there you go. It's not there is, ladies and gentlemen, there is no coincidence when it comes to primal astrology. And let's take a peek at we're going to go back to Kate Winslet's The Penguin, Spirit of the Penguin she is. Let's take a look at her careers and goals, what it says. Because many will have early success in school and then problem solving. Others, especially parents, will likely encourage penguins to use their gifts in certain specific ways. Other says careers like engineer or computer programmer may not seem very humanitarian, yet these best ways for penguins to make subtle shifts in the culture and break through the old ways. Other great career choices for the penguin include city planner, civil servant, airline attendant, air traffic controller, scientist, and language teacher. Specific planetary aspects in each birth chart will have a strong influence on which career direction the sign takes. That's amazing. So, okay, guys, again, I'm going to leave these articles below for you guys to read about the spirit of the polar bear, who is Leonardo DiCaprio, and Spirit of the Penguin, who is Kate Winslet, the stars of one of the greatest movies of all time, Titanic, 25 years ago, released into theaters. So, okay, guys, thanks again for watching. I can't thank you enough to all my subscribers. And again, keep your questions firing away at me. Keep your questions sending to me at scorpiooxman@gmail.com. Okay, thanks again, guys. And I want to wish a very happy holiday season and Christmas season and Hanukkah and everything else for all of you out there. And all the best to you. So thanks again, guys. All the best. God bless. Take care. Thank you.